Hello there, everybody.
You're supposed to wait a few seconds there for it to get just exactly right, and
Okay.
you jumped the gun, Brother Booker.
This is the O.C. Marler Thoughts Roundup. I'm about to introduce your host, Reverend O.C. Marler.
Thank you, Reverend Booker.
You are more than welcome.
Amen. Well, it's so good to see all of you and glad to be with you.
We aims to please.
I am so glad to have Brother Booker with me. And I told him, I said, now, Brother Booker, don't wait for me to ask you, or if you want to say anything, we'll go ahead. I didn't know he was going to take the program over. I said,
Well, it's been a while since we've done this,
yeah,
and I decided we had to get off on the right foot.
our fans are clamoring too.
They're clamoring.
They out there. Come on, come on.
That's right, that's right. Those that are still alive really want us to do this.
Well, there's probably 3 or 4 more people out there wanting to see us. It don't even know it. Don't you imagine?
You all have no idea how bad you wanted to see this.
Yeah, if you better want to see it.
If you don't watch this, we're going to lose our sponsors.
Text us and let us know. One good thing to text. I never have told anyone what to what you call review. Will you respond or what you call it?
Yeah.
I never have told anyone what to do it or what to say. But I tell you one good thing you could say. It was wonderful.
Yes, that's in the comments section.
Any comment? That's right.
That's right. I will give you Brother Marler's phone number so you can text him.
No,
It's
you
317
won't. Let's don't go wow. Just say tremendous or
Yes,
something of
yes.
that order. Just, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 today would be
4,000 or 5,000 would be nice.
be nice.
Yes.
Uh,
Speak kind words about the man to Brother Marler's left.
Well, they'll get it mixed up because they're usually say that about me,
Yeah, that's
and
right,
so
that's
they'll
right.
just take it that you're talking about me.
Yes.
But anyway, what are we going to talk about?
I have not the foggiest idea.
Hey, you know what I thought about yesterday? I thought about after we had talked, I told you about the climbing up the tree.
Oh, you gotta tell them that.
When I was a kid, and
Now, I want to say this before he gets started. Any Booker grandkids that are about to hear this story, understand that what they did was not smart. It was not true. He was under false doctrine perpetrated by his brother. So don't nobody out there in kiddie land follow this, but it's a good story.
well, I wonder though how is that enough disclaimer, or you think that's really if you don't think
It's a good story.
it's a good story, but
How old were you when this happened to you?
oh, I couldn't have been over 40, 50. No. Well,
You notice who's taking over the interview.
yeah. Just like you took over the Pentecost. You took over all the preaching pulpits. Did you folks know I was supposed to preach at Foxworth, Mississippi? And he has taken my spot. I was supposed to preach Sunday and Tuesday, and the pastor said, Brother Marler, Brother Booker's coming in, and I've asked him to preach Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That don't leave me any cut out. It's just like a race driver just going and cutting somebody
Well,
off.
whenever I do this, I want you to scream, Amen.
Well, you don't fake amens, do you?
I I get so few of them. I need one.
Yeah.
I need an amen.
And you know, you go pretty long too. That's another thing.
Well, that's when I'll start putting my finger up. When I've gone too long and I really need some amens. I can get 15 minutes
Yes,
out
but
of
if you get an amen, you'll go another 30 minutes.
It takes 2 amens for me to go 30. Are you all enjoying this so far?
You folks that's listening to this, that's going to be there, work with me on this with you. And
Now, so how old were you when you did the tree story?
280. So I really don't know. I kind of let people judge it, but what the thing is, I think my brother was the one that told me. I think he was the one that told me. He said, if you climb up the tree and I cut it down, if you keep your eyes closed, it won't hurt you.
Sounds like good doctrine to me.
So, I don't know how old I was, but I couldn't have been very old, and I climbed up the tree, and I got up there, and I closed my eyes, and he took an axe and chopped and chopped and I don't know how long, because he wasn't very big either. And he chopped and chopped and chopped that tree, and I kept my eyes closed, and when all of a sudden it started falling, and it fell on the ground. Now, it wasn't a great big tall tree. It was like probably 20 feet or something like that. And I fell down, and it worked.
You're here to tell about it.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, said, "How did you feel when you was falling?" I said, "Wonderful, because I knew that I wasn't going to be hurt." And it felt good to just fall through the air. And
That's now remember, out there in Kitty Land, this is not.
don't do this.
Booker kids, don't
No,
do this.
no kids do that.
Yeah.
No kids do that.
So, Brother Marler, how old were you when you realized the moon was not made out of green cheese?
Oh, it's not? Now, are you going to tell me there's no Santa Claus? Yes. Don't you start that far out stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know, now here's the thing. If you say, well, I've got faith enough to climb a tree and let somebody cut it down with my eyes closed, if you got faith enough, don't do it, because you may be tempting God.
That's a possibility. That's a distinct possibility, yes. Of course,
Just actually, if you feel any kind of inkling when you go around a tree, stay away from trees. That's
well, I won't be in a hurry to climb one anytime soon, I can tell you that.
I'd like to see that.
That would be interesting.
One of those, what you call them, sequoias? Is that what you?
Yeah.
It would take one of those for you.
Well, and if it takes a fire department to get a cat out of a tree, can you imagine? Can you imagine what it would take to get me out of a tree?
You know, some of those 200 feet up, aren't they?
They are.
Help, Booker's climb a tree. Is he a climb or climbed?
He climbed a tree.
He just climbed.
Can you imagine? I could probably climb a 200-foot sequoia in maybe 10, 12 seconds.
You know, I saw somewhere one of those big, tall, like 100, 200-foot derricks that go high up. It's got that thing, it goes across somewhere, and they go up, help put up high buildings and stuff. But I don't know if one of those would be strong enough to get you down.
It'd be interesting. It would be interesting. They would probably have to sedate me before I get in the cage. I'd tell you a tree story that I have never
Wait, just a
told
minute.
this publicly.
Do not climb a tree and cut it down with your eyes closed. Go
This is
ahead.
true. Or let anybody else cut it down
That's right.
while you have your eyes closed.
That's right.
Yes. And don't get out on a limb and
I've been out on a limb
saw the
all
limb
my
and saw the limb that you're on.
I've
Yeah.
been out on a limb all my life. What was you going to tell me about?
Well, I've never told this publicly, but in all honesty, I've just been thinking about this lately. And it was a moment when I was a little boy. And I was at my Aunt Margaret's house, and she lived between Florence, Colorado, and Canyon City. And the house is still there. I was a little boy, and there was some trees out in the front yard. Now, I did not have to have a bunch of friends or cousins or family to play and have a good time. I could play cowboys and Indians by myself. I could be the cowboy, I could be the Indian, I could be the guy with the black hat, the white hat, and I'd have just as much fun as if I was with a bunch of people. And that's, I don't know why God called me to preach. I could have probably been a hermit, but be that as it may, I was up in this tree, and it was a cowboy and Indian day. And it's not that the sun was about to set, but it had gone just below the trees out yonder. So there was a lot of light, and light filtering through the leaves. And my family, we did not live for God. We did not know God. Did not profess to know God. We were not anti-God. And every once in a great while, we might go to church. But be that as it may, I was up in this tree, and I got so happy. And it's almost like the light was just right. It's almost like it was glistening. It wasn't, but it had that feel to it. And this moment stands out in my mind as a little boy. I've never forgot it, but just recently I've thought about that, and I seriously wonder if the presence of God didn't come up in that tree to visit me. Obviously come down to that tree and visit me. I never forgot that feeling. It was like exhilarating. It was just beautiful. And it stands out. I don't even remember climbing down the tree, but that moment stands out in my mind. And I think I lean that the presence of God came and visited a little boy that one day he was going to save. That's my thoughts.
Well, that's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful
it's touching
story, and
me.
you can feel how you felt in it, as you do it. But I would like to say to the people,
Yes.
don't climb a tree to go to church. Don't climb. Stay on the ground. Stay on the ground, and don't just walk through the regular door.
That's right. And
But-
I did not become a tree hugger or a tree climber, but I did have a good moment.
You mean you didn't one time kiss that tree?
Not one time.
Okay,
No, not one time.
okay, that was good. And if you'll listen to the next program, we'll talk to just a little bit more, if you can stand it.
If you can take it, this is deep waters, folks.
Deep water,
This
deep
is
water.
deep waters.
See, your praying and fasting is finally paid off.
Deep, calleth unto deep. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
God bless you.
Bless you. Have a good day.